Hello and welcome to the Realizing Resilience podcast. I am your host, Nate Fournier. Today we are sponsored by Reimagined Roots. I started this company with a mission to revolutionize the American grass lawn for a more resilient future. And this word resilience pops up in my life so often. Today, it's March and we're just warming up. It's like 3 days after the spring equinox, and it's a very exciting time and a very stressful time of the year. But one thing that's been coming up a lot lately that I want to talk about today is spring cleanups. We put so much emphasis on and get a little antsy right when the weather starts to warm up to go outside and blow off all of our leaves and rake them all away and cut down all of our ugly perennials. And I just want to put the call out to the world, especially here in New England. Take a breath. Don't rush your spring cleanups. There's so much research now that shows the importance of waiting until we have consistent 50-degree days. Otherwise, we are destroying the habitats and the life cycles of so many of our crucial pollinators. And it's not only about the pollinators, the bees, the butterflies, the moths. There are so many insects that overwinter in leaf litter or in the hollow stems of a lot of our native plants. So when we leave the leaves and we leave those stems standing just long enough for the insects to complete their life cycle, for them to emerge from their cocoons and their winter dormancy, allows food for birds. It, of course, allows for pollination, but it feeds the foundation of the entire food pyramid. And so, I think that most of the people listening and most of the people who garden, I feel like these days I should be over that initial fear-based perspective on insects of just, you consider all insects pests or they're gross and you want to avoid them. Those days are over. Like, we know better now. They are like the foundation of life on this planet. Insects are crucial. And we are in the 6th mass extinction. Like, literally, scientifically, we are in an extinction level event of our insects because we have waged war against them. The amount of chemicals and pesticides that we spray is unfathomable. And so while it seems like such a large-scale issue, gosh, there is so much that we can do in our own backyards. Just be patient. It's okay to look a little messy. There's this preconceived notion, I feel, in the realm of ecological and organic gardening that it is messy, right? And so I think there's a few different perspectives there. There's the perspective of, for one, what is beauty to you or to people on average? Like, when people look out and see a perfectly manicured grass lawn that is unachievable without significant amount of inputs of petroleum-based products? Or is it a wildflower meadow that's buzzing and teeming with life, full of birds and insects and rodents and a full, ecology? Ecology is the balance of habitat and inhabitants. And so when we're looking at creating ecologically minded landscapes, it's about facilitating life in all of its forms. And I think that, to be honest, I believe our purpose on this planet is to be the stewards of life. I believe the Bible was misinterpreted when it said that man shall have dominion over all beasts on land and in the sea. The Hebrew word for dominion has been argued to actually more appropriately be translated as stewards. Boy, when I first learned that, it landed. Imagine that, this foundational biblical text that has set this precedence, even if subtly, that humanity has dominion over nature, that has justified our actions of destroying nature and proliferating, profiting off of its destruction. Imagine if it was stewards, and our God-given right was supposed to be stewardship. How that changes things. Gosh, it changes everything. So today I implore you to test your patience, to reframe your role in your landscape, not as the controller of chaos, not as the janitor, but as the steward of life. It's a responsibility that you have to consider yourself the owner of a parcel of this planet. You say, I own this. That does not come without responsibility. The responsible thing to do is to treat that land with awe and respect, and to do the right thing for all of the other living things that inhabit your space, that you cohabitat with, because without them, we don't exist. Have reverence for nature. Love your neighbor, big and small, human or not, and do the right thing. Be a steward of your landscape today. And that is my message to create more resilience in your life.